Well, let's head right over to Chief Meteorologist George Lessons, who's been watching the winds, watching how low the temperatures could go, and the winds could be a good factor for that.
Yeah, Phil's a good friend of mine, and we watch out for the fruit growers here in West Michigan. And again, yes, this is going to be a critical night. Freeze warning goes into effect at 11 p.m. through 9 a.m. That's when temperatures will be below freezing. For the homeowners, the freeze warning means that you're going to have to take some action, especially if you have planted anything. But I see on our poll down at the bottom of the screen, 87% of you listen to me and have not planted your gardens so far. But if you have, you need to shelter those potted plants or bring them inside. You need to cover the outdoor plants with a sheet or blanket. And as Phil Schwalier mentioned, you need to water the leaves of the outdoor plants because that heat is given up to the plants when it does freeze. Down to maybe 26 out at the airport in Grand Rapids. Not likely freezing temperatures on Sunday morning, but Monday and Tuesday morning we may flirt with freezing once again. Couple of things for the critical temperatures, as he mentioned, between 24 and 28 for Phil's apple crop, and he mentioned it was at first pink. And for cherries, again, 24 to 28. That's a difference between a 10% loss and a 90% loss. One thing that might help us is a few clouds overnight tonight. There are not going to be many of those, but anything we do will help. We're not getting any help from the moisture in the air. Dew points are very, very low. If it's a little bit wetter, it tends to give up some of that heat when it does freeze. Something that might help is the winds. I don't think the winds are going to go totally calm here tonight, and they won't be as gusty as they have been. So recapping, we'll be down into the mid-20s overnight tonight, up into the mid to upper 40s, and maybe even flirting with 50 tomorrow afternoon as we see a lot more sunshine and a little bit less wind. We'll take a closer look at the long-range outlook and Mother's Day rain showers. That's a little bit later on.
Well, today's sunshine is deceiving, George, because you have gloves on out there. It's cold.
I have my gloves, my winter hat, my winter coat, you know, not out here in a suit coat. So one shot says it all, folks.
That's right.
It is definitely chilly outside. We are headed toward perhaps near record cold temperatures tonight. It feels cold out here right now. Temperatures are in the 30s, and we're at 41 in Grand Rapids. And when you factor in those winds, it feels colder, like the 30s. And how much different was it from yesterday? About 15 degrees colder. Well, tomorrow at least we'll be warmer. 13 WEATHERBALL is red. Milder weather ahead, and this view sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. We forecast a high of 45. It made 44. That is 10 days now in a row. 1/3 of the last 31 days, we have been within 3 degrees. Your weather headlines: near record cold Saturday morning, breezy and cool in the afternoon, maybe a few midday clouds, but there'll be some showers arriving on Sunday. Temperatures closer to 50, but our average high is in the upper 60s. And then cooler, breezy Monday and Tuesday, followed by more showers Wednesday afternoon through Thursday, but at least by Thursday we'll be in the 60s through next weekend. We're forecasting mid and upper 20s to near 30, close to record lows. I don't think we'll match any of those. Most of them were set back in 1947 or 1966. Some clouds might help the overnight low temperatures. We're going to see a few of those overnight. The winds are going to stay up just a little bit. Both of those will help the hard freeze. Once these clouds dissipate, we're focusing our attention on a low pressure system out here in Montana that will eventually spin toward lower Michigan with some showers on Mother's Day. Let's take you through the weekend forecast. The winds will start to lighten up a little bit. Notice right around 11 o'clock, a couple of clouds may work their way on in through very early on Saturday morning. They're not going to be many. It'll be mostly clear. Some midday clouds will develop downwind of Lake Michigan and then dissipate off to the east. Skies will eventually be cloudy late Saturday night as some early evening clearing takes place, and then lots of clouds throughout the day on Sunday. Lots of showers that will last into Sunday night. Winds, that's going to be the important thing. The winds never do really go calm. They're between about 4 to 8 miles an hour most of the night. Some of the sheltered areas will have very light winds, and then they get a little bit breezy tomorrow afternoon. Not as breezy as today. Then the winds lighten up considerably tomorrow night, but we'll have clouds around with those showers rolling in during the day on Sunday. Winds will not be very strong. Again, we'll wait to see how much wind and cloud cover we have tonight. Rainfall, just about 100% of the area will see rain during the day on Sunday, most of it from mid-morning on through Sunday evening, and then it pushes off to the east. Every Friday, the week 3 and 4 temperature probability outlook comes out. This is May 23rd through June 5. We're right on the edge where the cooler than average temperatures are lifting to the north. We have an equal chance of seeing either warmer or colder. During that time period, we're in the low to mid 70s, something to look forward to. Also during that 2-week period, we have a little higher chance of seeing more precipitation, about 1.5 inches or so falls during that entire 2-week period. And again, hopefully the winds will be down a little bit lighter here tomorrow morning. Temperature-wise, tomorrow afternoon up around 48. On Sunday, we'll be at 51 degrees with some 50s down to the south. But then we'll turn a little bit breezy and cooler than on Monday with highs in the mid-40s. So tomorrow, lots of sunshine, but still a bit breezy, not as breezy as today. Highs right around 47 to 48 degrees. Up north, it will be breezy as well. Not much difference in temperature than the lakeshore. You'll also be around 47 to 48. And from Grand Rapids southward, very similar temperatures, right around 47 or 48, with plenty of later day sunshine. 13 on your side forecast. Finally climbing out of the 40s into the 50s by Wednesday, with those showers now coming in a little bit earlier into the afternoon and evening, but ending earlier, ending later in the day on Thursday. And then we'll climb into the 60s, perhaps even closer to 70 by the end of next weekend into the following week.